Welcome to another podcast, the Adeel Pirzada podcast. Today we got another exciting podcast, and we have a special guest in our studio. His name is Felipe Gonzalez. But before we dig in and find out who really Felipe is and why we have him here, I want to introduce my co-host, Mr. Kevin Padillo.
Hey, hello everyone. Glad to be here today. Thank you for tuning in. This is the Adeel Pirzada podcast. We go live. We don't go live, but we record a video every Friday, and we post it every week. And it's all about real estate and construction. And if you're tuning into us for the first time, we are a construction firm, and we are growing in the areas of commercial and multifamily construction. So we are glad to be here and glad to learn from many successful leaders in construction, just like Felipe is here today.
Thank you.
Yes. I'd like to introduce our guest. Maybe if you don't recognize him, we have a very esteemed guest here today. His name is Felipe Gonzalez. He is currently a construction superintendent for Trico Homes. He has led many successful projects and developments for the company, such as Kingsland Junction, Shaughnessy Station, Legacy Builders. And he's also has something something close to his heart, which is the Why Not nonprofit. I think it's Why Not Aid.
Yeah, why
Foundation.
not International Foundation? Yeah.
Why Not International? Yeah, Aid for International.
But we go with just why not?
Yeah, why not?
Why not? Why not? Yes. All right. Okay. Thanks, Kevin, for the introduction. Felipe, actually, thanks for coming down. We really appreciate you coming down. That's amazing we have you here. Our show is about construction, real estate, entrepreneurship. Mainly, we're talking about real estate and construction, as is very close to our heart. And that's why we have Felipe here. Felipe is a site superintendent for Trico Homes, and he's been doing construction and comes with a very huge construction background. He started his career from Mexico, but before I actually assume a lot of things about him, I actually want to start asking him questions. So, Felipe, how did you get into construction?
Well, by need, because around 12 years ago, one of my friends asked me if I can build a orphanage and a school for them, and I was sure, I think, if you have the money. And she said, well, if I get you the money for the materials, can you build me the school for free? And I was like, well, I don't think so, but I will find friends that can do it for you. So I called a few of my friends. They told me they will do it for free. It was 6 classrooms to start. We get the material, we get the sponsors, and the date when we should start, my friends don't show up. So I told my little brother, you know what? You and me, we are building this school. And he told me, Felipe, you are not the builder. I said, I know, but somebody to do it. We asked for the money. We have the money. Now we need to do it. And it's how I started my first experience in construction with 6 classrooms.
So where was that?
In Tijuana, Mexico.
Okay. And how old were you back then?
I was 23.
Oh, right on. So that was your first encounter with construction? Like, have you had done construction before or seen somebody doing it in your family?
No, I was building homes, like
Okay.
20 by 20 simple homes, like wood frame with the concrete slab, just one floor, two small rooms, and the living room and kitchen. Just like humanitarian work, but it was so different. Just build one like garage home to build like 2 floor, like 6 classrooms, following all the building codes in the city, getting inspections, permits, and all of that.
Wow, that's amazing. So you're basically self-taught. Like, did you go to school?
Not in Mexico.
Not in Mexico. Okay.
A lot of videos.
Okay. Really?
And asking my friends, and asking
Wow, that's amazing. See, if you have, the talent, I think anything is kind of learnable. If you put time into it in your mind. So did you had a feeling when you were little, like you like construction, that's something attracts you?
Well, I love construction since I can remember I was a kid and I was taking stuff from the garbage because I grew up pretty poor. So I take stuff from the garbage, pieces of wood from the garbage, and I start to build like containing walls because our house was on the hill.
Right.
So I was building stuff with whatever I could, of course, the rain came and just washed it away.
Yeah.
But I was trying to build something.
Very nice. It's kind of something very similar to my experience when I was little. I, used to play in my backyard, and then I used to dig canals. And I used to put water in it. Then I used to make like ponds.
Yeah.
And then, one is lower than the other. So when you overfill, the water flows into the other. Basically, I was very inspired by the ideas of, the idea of canal work, which is actually was very popular in a lot of farming countries. So it was, and how farmers kind of get water to their land. So I was really kind of amazed by that idea. So that's why I started digging. I used to think like have a little tractor as a toy, and then I try to like pull mud through that. And years later, who knew I ended up in land development and construction. So it's very amazing that when I hear that that's something what you had as a childhood. So you had, you're playing with little things, and then that's working your way up. So you were building homes, and I'm guessing these are smaller garage homes.
Yes, 20 by 20 feet homes.
Okay, and are those like prefab homes?
No, we build everything.
Okay, so on site right there. And do you guys, so that's back there in Mexico, and do you guys dig out basements over there?
No basements.
Okay, so it's kind of slab on grade, right? You're building right on the grade.
Yep.
Yeah. Or, whatever, you still have a little foundation.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah.
And it's like 2-day building.
Really?
Just 2 days.
The whole house?
The whole house.
Wow.
I did it in one.
Wow.
With our team from our foundation. Why not? I convince people that work with us in Trico.
Yeah.
That I meet for the last 5 years. Business people in the city, they don't believe that we can build a house in 2 days. So I told them, come with me and I will show you that we can do it in one. And we did it.
Wow. So it's 20 by 20 house, single story?
Yeah.
Just one level?
Yeah.
And now when you're saying you're building the entire house, that means you got the foundation?
The slab is already done.
Okay.
By other group.
So concrete slab is already there?
Yes. All the material is on site. And the day when we arrive, we bring all the tools.
Right.
And 10, 20 guys. And
so lumber is already there. You
drywall.
2x6s?
2x4s.
2x4s?
2x6s for the trusses.
And okay. And then do you build your own trusses on site?
We build them there, yeah.
Wow.
Well, how many crews? How many people on your crew per one house?
10 to 20, depending how picky you want to be.
Okay, so you got a big crew there. Okay, that's,
I thought it was one guy.
No, I will tell you this. I built, like many years ago, I built with this 20 kids from this orphanage, between 12 to 16-year-old. They never built nothing. Me and my little brother, we took them also to prove the point to the older people. They built the house in 2 days with me without knowledge. Wow. We just guide them, We just manage them properly.
Nice. So now you're building the skeleton. So you got the framing, right? All the 4 walls basically around. And you got the trusses.
Siding.
Drywall.
Electricity, lights.
Wow.
Casing.
Okay. So you mean the full complete house? I thought just framed only.
No, 100%.
100%.
I can show the pictures later with you. Just for the house that we did last year in 6 hours.
Nice.
That was a big success for us.
Nice. That's amazing. That's like breaking our records because we've done some constructions, like commercial ones, interior, and in a very quick turnaround compared to what you usually see here. But yeah, nothing like that in 2 days and 20 guys. But good on you. That's amazing because it takes a lot. And so were you running the crew when you were saying when you did it one day? So you were running that crew of 20 people?
Yeah, and also I was working with them too. And kids, and my grandma was there, and my kid, the 7-year-old, he was with the hammer too. This is for all ages. Not just like strong guys like you and me. Like, no, everyone can do it, man.
Yeah, amazing. Yes. And are these guys like they know what they're doing? They're trained.
Skilled guys?
Yeah. No.
You don't need just need 2 or 3 guys to guide.
Right.
And the rest will follow.
The rest is more like a general labor.
Yes.
They gotta have common sense about construction.
Pretty basic general labors.
Like, can they hold a drill?
Not all of them.
No, not all of them.
Yeah, but many of them, they never did construction at all.
What's the percentage out of 20 people? How many?
They never did construction?
Yeah.
maybe you have like 5 guys that are skilled guys,
Okay.
and the rest are just guys
So 15 guys, they don't know.
that they won't have the
Some of them
experience.
their first day on site.
Absolutely, man.
That's
Wow.
cool. That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, that's very interesting. Now you build these homes and they're built right on site. So roofing, boarding, everything, insulation.
No insulation in Mexico.
Oh yeah.
Right.
You guys don't have that.
No.
So okay, well, some savings there for
Big
sure.
time. Yeah, and we don't do washroom too. It's just the 2-bedroom, living room and kitchen.
Okay.
The family they're receiving the house because this is a gift for the family. 100%. They don't pay nothing. So they are in charge.
So are these like government subsidies or
that will be great, but no.
no?
No, it's for example, last year when I took these 20 guys from Calgary and kids, we pay. I my foundation raised
Right.
the money and put it, but my foundation is just me and my brother-in-law and my wife.
Wow.
So just
It's a very small.
and everyone pay for the flight and food and transportation there. But for me, was just wanna prove the point that if you manage the time and the skills and the resources good, you can build whatever you want.
That's impressive.
And you know what's amazing that you're actually doing it. Like you just starting with very small and you're like, whatever, I'm just gonna even by myself, I'm gonna do it.
Sometimes you don't have options. You just to go and
Yeah.
try. You know?
That's amazing. Yeah. Good on you. That's amazing. So I want to actually get into your foundation and how you actually started that. But before I do that, I just want to understand your construction life. So you're doing this in Mexico.
Yeah.
And when did you come to Canada?
5 years ago, I moved to Canada,
Okay.
to Calgary.
Right. Calgary. And did you go to school here?
Yes. Yeah.
You went to construction school?
Yeah, to SAIT,
Okay.
Construction Management and Achievement
Okay.
for commercial projects in specific is what I took.
Oh, really?
Because I was already the label
yeah.
for construction, so.
Yeah, you have an interesting story. I would love to hear that story here.
Absolutely.
Again, how you started with Trico. That's a great story.
So when I moved to Canada 5 years ago, I have a promise to get a job, a house, and a truck. Okay. When I grew up in Baja, like 1 hour south San Diego, California.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So my wife was 8 months pregnant, and I have 2 kids on the back seat, my dog, and I have my small trailer with all my tools. That's all that I bring. So I was driving, with the dream that I have a job,
Yeah.
house, and truck already. I was set.
Yeah.
And when we arrived nearby to LA, like 3 hours north,
Yeah.
I get a confirmation that I don't have a home, that I don't have a truck, and that I don't have a job. And my world fell in pieces.
Oh, wow.
So, but I was like, whatever, I will keep driving and I will figure it out when I arrive to Calgary. My wife is from here, so I have my brother-in-law in the city. So he helped us rent us a place. I arrived to Calgary. We drove.
So you
like
drove all the way?
Yeah, one day, brother.
Wow.
Well, what
Nice.
should be one day took us like
How was the
7.
drive?
Was horrible. Was the snow was through the last month of the winter, April.
Oh, you came right in April.
Was
so,
pretty bad, man.
So
And
you're
no
not
one-
seeing all those green.
No, really,
Yeah.
man. And no one told me the economy was bad. The get a job was pretty tough. If you want to get a decent job, you need to know what you are doing, and you need to speak the language too. And so I face a big reality.
Yeah.
They put me in the hole because
Yeah.
I was the boss in Mexico. So
Yeah.
I was in charge, and right here I was like, what I can do. I did concrete a little bit, but they don't have too many hours for me doing concrete. I was doing framing, but maybe 1 or 2 days per week. So I called this guy that I met 14 years ago in Mexico, and he knew that I was dating a Calgarian, and this guy is from Medicine Hat. He's a builder, and he told me, one day you'll move to Canada, call me.
How did you know him?
Building homes.
Oh.
That weekend, I was leading the team when
in Mexico.
in Mexico, in Tijuana.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So Wes is his name, and Wes took his mom to celebrate 85-year-old building a home. So the lady, 85, she was building a home. Just to give you context that everyone can do it. So he took his grandkids and kids, and I was like, oh, this guy is like interesting. But I don't get too close to him. But he gave me his business card. He called me. So when I was in Calgary, I was in the hole, desperate to get a money to provide for my family. I called this guy to invite him for dinner, but even I don't have money to pay dinner, bro, to be real with you. And I said, hey, man, do you remember me? Oh, yeah, you're the Mexican, Felipe. I said, well, it's Felipe, but yeah, sure. He said, oh, where are you? I said, I'm in Calgary. I want to invite you for dinner. I said, forget about dinner. Did you want a job? That was the reality, you know. I said, actually, yeah. I said, the only position that I have is labor. That's all. We'll start commercial division with Trico. I'm the vice president for Trico Homes. Do you want to be labor for me? And I was like, well, man, I will do whatever. I need money for my family. So I said, but my only question is this. Can I grow it? I have the chance to grow because I don't want to be the labor for it. Right now, we'll do whatever to survive.
Yeah, right.
But you will give me the opportunity to grow. And he told me, you will grow as much as you want. Just prove yourself. Tomorrow, sir, I will be there. And next day I was working. Well, next day I went to sign the contract and all of that. And
that was with Trico?
With Trico Homes.
So he's associated with Trico Homes?
At that time, 5 years ago, he became the vice president of Trico Communities.
Gotcha.
And I was the first hire.
Right. Okay.
So that's how it started.
Wow.
Here.
That's you know what?
Wow.
That's amazing. And you know what? There's such a lesson, like when you're talking and I'm listening and I'm like, that's a point. That's a point for young people, for people to understand. People think, hey, like you fill up my demands, my need, and then I'll work for you. But no, it's not. Doesn't work like that. It's the other way around.
Yeah.
And what I'm amazed by that you asked such a right question. You asked the right question that should have been asked. That is there room to grow?
Yeah.
I'll come whatever. I'll clean your toilet, but can I become something else?
Yeah.
Tomorrow and then day after something else and day after can I keep growing and becoming better and better of myself. So that's amazing. That's exactly what's needed. You know what, not even just the workplace but in our life, because you don't want to be staying at the same spot. And I see so many people in every single profession and industry, but you know, something to say actually happened to, there is a McDonald's on 4th Street. So I used to go there 12 years ago when I was in high school, and it was close to my school. It's actually would have been longer than that. And there's this lady that used to work that always used to give me extra fries. So I was actually, and I don't really go McDonald's anymore. So I was actually checking some properties and I had a meeting. So I was on same road and I had to go get a gas. So I went for gas. Then I had to go to washroom, but I couldn't use the washroom. So I went to McDonald's instead and just walked across the street from 7-Eleven. And I see the same lady working. And she was young back then. And she's old. Now, I'm not saying on someone, you know, I'm targeting her. I'm just saying in general, I've seen that a lot. Safeway, Walmart, Canadian Tire, like especially those places because you'll remember the face.
Yeah.
And where you left them, they're exactly the same spot, doing exactly the same thing. When I first started, I had the same thing. I didn't actually even ask that question, but I had the same thing. It's like, I can't just stay here. I need to go, what's next? So, okay, I'll do this. Labor, from labor, can I become a foreman? From foreman, can I become a supervisor? Supervisor, can I become, you know, construction manager, project manager? So that growth is so much required for success. So good on you. So you came here. You packed up all your stuff. You're here. You're like, I'm looking for a job. You called the guy. He got the job for you, and you started working at Trico.
As labor, yes.
And what were you doing exactly?
I was sweeping. I was with the pick and shovel, doing everything. Was outside because it's still winter at that time. Yeah. But I was outside all day, every day. So my hand freeze, my foot freeze. No one told me how to be careful with with the winter.
Canadian winters.
I was doing whatever they want, you know, moving material, building whatever they asked me to build. If the drywall guys don't show up, I was installing drywall. If the painters don't show up, I was painting. I was helping the roofers. I asked him, man, like.
And these are single family homes?
No, there was a mall, commercial construction.
Oh, okay.
And I asked him, how can you pay me more because I need the money.
Yeah.
And can I, as many hours you can give me? He told me, you work as many hours you want. I don't care because you're working. You want more money? Learn how to drive the machines. Deal. So I talk to the operators and I take the loader, the skid steer, the mini hoe, the forklift, the skid, everything. And they pay me a little bit more. And then I saw him every month. He show up and walk around, and the owners of Trico, they are Chinese people. So, but they are the bosses, the owners. So I approached to the vice president and say, I'm so sorry, sir. I know that you're like right here right now, but I'm right here. But honestly, I don't care because I know the guy. He's a cowboy. He's aggressive too. And, and commercial construction need to be a little bit aggressive, and you need to be a cowboy too. You know. Said, how can you pay me more? I said, no, Felipe, just take it easy. Now you have the machines. Just go slow. I said, no, man, I can go slow. I have 3 kids to feed, and I need the money. And I told him, I need to speak Chinese. I will learn. Give me 6 months, and I will speak Chinese. If that will take me to a position that I can make more money, I was just seeking the money in that moment, and the growth too. And he told me, no, bro, just keep learning English and go to school. You want to be in a position as project manager? I said, absolutely, yes. I want your job one day.
Because there is a ceiling to that.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And he told me, what you want? And he has the right question, too, because sometimes you need to know where you want in life to get there. So I told him, I want your position, man. And he looked at me and said, are you kidding me? I said, no, sir, with all respect, I want to make the money you make. I want to have that big vision that you have. Go to SAIT, and they set me up to go to SAIT.
And who was that guy? That was the president?
He was the vice president of Trico.
Wes, right?
Wes Reinheller.
Okay. He was the vice president.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I went to school. I registered, and then I worked and studied in the night. And the career was 4 years and a half. I did it in 3 years and a half. It was a lot
3.5 years?
Yeah, man. Just to get it done, like.
Evening classes?
All online. Was to COVID too.
Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And
that's
3
cool.
kids at home.
Yeah, man. Little ones.
And a wife.
3 crazy ones. Kids and my wife. Tired,
100%, man. Good on your wife.
Oh, yeah,
Good on you. I'm proud of you because I know it's not easy.
No, at all.
It's not easy. It's not easy to do this to begin with, like as just a single person, right? I went to school and it wasn't easy, and I was in fast track programs and all that. And I had all the comfort you could have, but it's still pretty tough. It challenges you, the things in construction and construction school, and then some of the stuff they make you learn. And then you got wife and 3 kids, and you got to pay for them at the same time.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Amazing. That's the way to be. You know what? It's like, honestly, it's like, what are you really going to do? Like, if you're once you put in a scenario, what are you going to do? Are you going to just, pussy out? Like, you're going to, I have kids and I got wife and, I don't have any education and I don't know the language. I have all the negatives against me. So I'm not meant to become something in life. Yeah. So I'm just going to find the easiest, laziest way right next to me. Or, no, I'm passionate about this and I want to grow into this and I want to keep getting better and I'll do whatever it takes to do it while I'm going to be a real man and handle my family.
Yeah, what I see here in Canada, there's a lot of opportunities. Opportunities are like big, in a lot. And a lot of people, as you say, the young guys, and we're still young, but everyone want to be a boss.
Yeah.
Everyone want to make a lot of money. But the moment when whatever your dreams are, to the reality that you are walking towards, is way different. Yeah. They want to be lazy, show up late. They don't want to sacrifice nothing. Every success came with sacrifice.
Yeah. It's there is a price for everything.
Yeah.
You got to pay it. It depends how you want to pay it and when you want to pay it.
Yeah.
You got to pay it either way. But there is the quantity of that pay. Do you want to pay less or you want to pay more? And timing. Do you want to pay it when you're old and when you have nothing in your bones, or do you want to pay it when you're young?
Yeah.
Right? So, and those are the decisions people aren't making, and which is quite sad. I'm actually learning something about construction I'll share. I'm just understanding construction and what it is, and just looking at the data right now and, the new world we have entered into with AI. Construction is actually very behind because construction is actually physical work. The mind work, the office work, you can find replacement with AI. and you can have, AI spit out project schedules and invoices and whatever the paper drawings, or you can think anything on a piece of paper that can be handled by AI in terms of numbers or even drawings. But what cannot be done is actually the construction itself. You can find robots to do certain things, but you would have to change the entire construction industry in order to make it human-less construction, which is still not possible, but meaning by changing the industry is that not even using the same materials that we use. You couldn't get a robot to drywall, and even if they did it, they wouldn't be able to, board it properly and then mud and tape it. You can get certain things done, but you can't get the tiles done.
Yeah.
You can't get flooring done. You can, deliver materials. Sure, you can get it from point A to point B on a Tesla truck, but who's offloading it? Yeah. And what kind of restrictions they have when they're doing that, and where they're going to really park the truck and the trailer. And, there's so many things. It's just impossible.
Yeah. And
what people aren't learning is that as we're growing as human, where things are becoming easier, so we're thinking, blah, blah, blah. But this is not the case. You need human to do construction, especially men, to do construction, and we're getting lower and lower numbers every year.
Yeah.
Because everybody wants to be a YouTuber, a podcaster, an Amazon, whatever, the wholesaler, and affiliate marketing, and Airbnb arbitrage. Yeah. Like anything you think like, oh, this makes money. Okay, I'm going to be big on that. Crypto. Like I'm so surprised why nobody's talking about crypto, because 2 years ago I was personally told that I will be ruined if I don't buy crypto because blah blah blah, this is the new world, and nobody talks about it right now. So here's my stat that if we don't have enough people working in construction, men and women, and there's not enough schools, which we don't, to teach construction, there are not enough workplaces to actually do it even, we're going to run out of people to build places.
Yeah.
Because average age of a tradesman right now, it's about 60 years old, between 50 to 60. And he's going to retire or pass away in the next 20, 30 years.
Yeah.
And we don't have the new talent coming in. So this is what I think 10 years from now, 15 years from now, hopefully it's not like that. The new cool thing where you make tons of money, bro, like billions, millions of dollars, would be to be a plumber, to be an electrician,
yep,
to be a
to have the trade,
plaster, to have that skill, because we're going to run out of those people.
Yeah.
If we're not getting them. And I see, and the people have these expectations, they don't know it, but they're like, yeah, I'll learn in 2 days and become a president in the third day, right? So a lot of that missing, which is a huge issue. And having you is actually an opportunity. And I didn't know your story before you came in, but I was excited that I'm going to hear from someone who's in construction, as site superintendent and building, and you guys are building some big, massive stuff. So you're not doing this small, little, tiny construction. And just understanding your story just inspired me even more. And just the message for everybody, even for myself, like, do it whatever it takes to get it what you need to get. And sometimes the bad time is actually good for us, because that's what pushes us.
Opportunity.
Right? Like, think about it. If you're single and you don't maybe have that much a kind of burden on you, you're like, whatever, man. Why am I going to work? Like, I was a boss in Mexico and I'm going to work for this guy, broom around? No, right?
Oh, yeah, they were pretty racist too, man. Big time. Horrible comments in construction. It's tough. It's aggressive in this
100%.
Yeah.
I was the only Mexican on the site, and they put stuff on the porta potties and the toilet.
Yeah.
Just for the only Mexican on site. So I was crying, bro. I was angry.
Wow.
But I was thinking I wouldn't fight physically. I will fight learning. And my boss told me that just shut up, be humble, keep doing your school, keep asking questions, and one day you will be in charge. And these guys will be gone. He was right.
Wow.
All the guys are gone. They quit.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how it
Interesting.
is.
That hurts
So
so
that's
much.
that's how you dealt with it. Did you like
I
talk
wa-
back to them or no?
No, never, bro. I went to my boss and said, "Did you saw what they put in the porta potty?" And said, "Yeah." And I was so angry, and then I was so sad because I wasn't expecting that. But some days I cry, honestly, bro. And
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
tired, was cold, and then writing that the stuff on the toilet was like, "These guys." And then, but he was right. Just shut up, be humble, keep learning, and keep asking questions.
Hmm.
And he told me, I will be your mentor." I said, "Deal." And well, so far
Wow.
I have his office. You know, he's gone. I have his office now. But
Okay, nice.
Right mentor is such a blessing in your life.
actually, I have that as one of the biggest success in my life is the mentorship that I choose.
Hmm.
No, they don't choose me. I'm not stupid, you know, bro. I get close to to the people they know because they I see it 60, 70, 80-year-old people, billionaires, uh, politic leaders in US, in Guatemala, in Haiti, few here. So I hear to them and then I choose who I can go and say, "Can you teach me what you know?" And what I learned is the nice, successful people that really change the history, they are so open to teach whoever is asking. They never say, "No, don't ask me that questions. I wouldn't teach you." That people, they are also expecting some to pass that knowledge, you know?
Yeah. You know what? It's so
Hmm.
amazing. Actually, Kevin had this question. We kind of had this discussion some time ago. It was about, like people who are actually really rich, like filthy rich, wealthy, I call them. If they're like good people or bad, and, if something around that, how they become something, and the conversation is around that you cannot become something really big, significantly big, respected and trusted if you don't have all the principle in your life. And that includes everything: how you are as a person, how you are with the money, how you are with others people money,
Yeah.
how you are with your job, how you are with your education and your learning. I mean, if you miss any of those, if you're a messy person or not on a time type of person, you're taking a step out of the journey. And until you have that step filled up in your life, you won't make it to the
Yeah.
top. So it was like, hey, a billionaire, could they be an asshole, or could they be disrespectful, or could they be dirty and messy? And my answer is no. A billionaire would never be a dirty, messy, dishonest, because you can't get that kind of success. Sure, like you can, maybe you kill thousands of people and that's how you made your money, is different. A
Yeah.
self-made billionaire, and could never be person of a low character,
Yeah.
because the nature of that success, it won't make it happen for you. The universe will not let
Yeah.
you enter that kind of podium if you have the backpack of all the disciplines that you need in life, which is not saying, going for it, which is not giving up, working hard, making all those sacrifices, being honest, and do what you say you're going to do.
Yeah.
Not change it tomorrow, and actually commit to it once you have started something. Not change it and be like, this does not make any money anymore, and this is not my thing anymore. Those are the things that make you on the top. And I think a lot of people, because we don't know them, we don't have friends that are billionaire, we don't think about those things, and we think like, these are some arrogant person who only cares about money. You don't know how much discipline that person has, and how much actually they're wanting to help you. If you actually sincerely sat down with them, they want to teach a lot.
They will give you everything, man.
They will. It's like a fire burning inside, and if they don't let it out, it doesn't help them. So they do it by philanthropy and by other ways. They do try to do it. And now we have the blessing of YouTube. That's why we see people like Grant Cardone and Gary Vee and all these people I'm sure they have their interest, but honestly, I wouldn't do it for what you are. You got jets and you got freaking things all over the place, and you're still coming on YouTube on Sunday to try to give a course. I don't think so. Half the reason they're there is the burning fire inside, the information they want to share, because they want to see the people doing the same thing.
Absolutely.
Right? So what I understand is like, yeah, this, Trico homes, people don't know who are the owners and what they're like. But, once you actually get to know their struggle and how they became, I don't even know what they are, but I can guarantee you the struggle, what it takes to become that, it is not just made on bubbles. It's made on real hard work.
Absolutely. When I approached to them and I told them, okay, I want to go to school, I don't have money, man, to pay.
Yeah.
So when she was the owner of Trico, he approved my school. And everyone in Calgary...
So they paid for your school?
They paid for everything.
Wow.
But everyone, all my friends, they are not in Trico. They told me, they are paying for your school? Why? I said, well, I need to learn to grow. And this is part of my career. But they will pay full? Like, everyone said, yeah. And they did it, man. They did everything. I pay, and then I just submit my invoices all the time. They pay. Did you pass the class? Yes, I passed. I speak Spanish. And to pass my exams, I read everything 4 times. So.
Yeah.
And was tough, but I never failed. Because my motivation was, I need to be I have my goals.
Right.
And as you say, you need to discipline, you need to really care about what you speak.
Yeah.
And not just dream without actions.
Yeah.
So no, they were pretty generous to me.
You have to do what you say you're going to do.
Yeah.
You can't back out from it. Say it, oh, I will do this, and just back out from it. You got to get up and do it.
But you know what? They were like that with everyone, but not everyone took the opportunity.
100%. That's how it is.
And for me, it was like, great. You guys don't want it? I will take it. Everything. I will take as much I can, and that's what I will say that will bring me to where I am right now.
100%. You know what? You can literally tell million people how to make money. Like, we see it all the time. Do this, do that. And there is a lot of like false and wrong messaging out there, but there are good messaging. And there are people actually signing up for these courses and even doing it, but they just don't do it enough. They don't try. They don't fully go take advantage of the opportunity.
Yeah.
The opportunity comes, you don't say no to it. You got to say yes. Take it. And just let it be. And honestly, this is what I preach here at Pircon. When we have new hires, I tell them the same thing. I probably spend a lot of time that I should explaining how they should think rather than what is in the market. And honestly, I say it exactly how you are. I tell them the same thing. Don't look at the money. Don't look at what you're getting today. Look at what you're going to be tomorrow.
Yeah.
And there is a transition. The only reason you have labor, and pretty much we start everybody from labor. You got to work your way up. The reason why you're in labor is because you need to learn all the ways around to be on the top. So when the labor guys is under you, you know exactly what's being done on site. You can be the boss and you don't even know what happens on site.
Yeah.
And I think you will manage those people. They will troll you. They will run you like you have no idea.
Yeah.
Right? So you can't do that. And that's why the whole theory about the billionaire too, like you can't be up so high and running big, huge mega companies and doing mega things and creation, and you have no idea, you have no discipline, you have no character. It's impossible. So you may have a couple things missing, you cannot have all of them missing, right? As a true person. So amazing, man. It's what I want to hear. It's like, I don't know, whoever's listening to this podcast, if they're not taking advantage of this, listening to your stories, pretty normal, basic, but that's what it is. Because you know what? And I see that a lot of people come here for interview and they're not from Canada. They have language issues, like civil engineers and masters and I say, you're going to have a pretty tough time. And I want to show them reality. And I say, your tough time, you're not from here. So you don't even know how construction is done here. You don't know the terms. And the construction industry is majority is white. Okay, so if you're an immigrant coming from another country, you think you're gonna have a luck? Good luck.
Yeah.
I was rookie when I started, and I was called many things too. I was like the only brown kid in my company, in a way, and I was in the office because I had education and experience prior, so I didn't. But they started me off field, not like working in the field. And I tell you one thing I will praise till I die is the mentorship that I had from there. I don't take anything negative and blah, blah, blah. Sure, there's 1,000 things, I could say. But one thing I really enjoyed and I still praise till this day is what I got to absorb. And it's the same thing. I didn't care about, I wanted the bigger responsibility. I didn't care about the pay. I did the responsibility first. And I was told that. It's like, you want more money, you go prove it that you're worth it, and we'll give it to you. And as long as I understood that it will come to me, and that was a promise, a verbal, yes, it will happen, Adeel. You prove it, you can do it. What are you? You're junior project manager? You're doing great sheets right now. We can hire, a dummy to do that. What can you do more? So I'm like, I'm project management, like some real stuff. Okay, more. Estimation, so you want to grow more and more. Okay, I'm going to handle a couple of people, that project managers that are doing that. I'm going to find ways to make money for the company. I'm going to find ways to make our process for project management and for construction management easier. Like, those are the things you got to think of your own and have that fire burning when you push, because you're lucky if someone actually comes to your desk and tells you, hey, you know what, if you do better, we'll give you more. Or nobody's going to come tell you. Even you had to ask, but nobody's going to come and say, you know what, if you go to school and do this and this and this and that, I will give you more money. It's more like you have to push yourself and ask the questions, how can I do it? And then if you're lucky enough, you have the right mentor and they can direct to you how to do that.
Yeah.
And that education is with you for the rest of your life now. You can leave Trico and work somewhere else, and you're worth way more than what you first started.
Yeah, these are very valuable lessons. I'm absorbing a lot. I did have a question for you, Felipe, as you talk about your experience. What would you say is the biggest lesson you've learned in project management through your whole experience so far?
For success or failure?
Both.
For success, what I learned is to see the best that people have to offer and use that for my own benefit. I was not for my own, but if I'm leading the project, and then I take ownership, because all the time I think, like when I build for Trico, I think this building is mine. And then I see people being lazy, but I know they can work hard. So I pursue them with respect, man. And say, bro, I see you working so hard. I know you can do it. So what else? What would take me to encourage you to do your best? And then just squeeze them as much as I can,
So this would be a subtrade or employee?
Subtrades,
all your subtrades, okay.
And it can be plumbers or carpenters or drywall or whatever, because sometimes it's tough. Like, it's no EI that can do our job, because it's people. People get angry, they fight. Sometimes
they have emotions, they have problems.
Bro. And
they got bills.
Part of my work is that tough days convince them that we can keep building with fast, with efficiency, with the best that we have.
Okay.
But robots are not doing that.
Right.
But how you will do it if you don't have respect for people? So I see the best of them, and I try to just use that for the benefit of the project. So, and that is something that I learned from this writer and speaker that I follow a lot, is John Maxwell. He said, like, you want to know who is the real leaders? And he said that to Steve Jobs, the guy from Mac.
Yeah.
Because they were having some problems in the 90s, something like that. He said, fire everyone or send them to work or convince humanitarian work. Convince people to work for them for free.
Oh, yeah, being a volunteer leader.
Yeah. Whoever can do that, that's the guys that you want to keep. In Mexico, I learned how to make people work for me. Like when it was 48 Celsius, and we're building in the mountains of Mexico with where the cartel reigns. They allowed us to go and build schools. Were Canadian, Americans, Mexicans, Colombians working with me with my group, and I convinced them. I was crazy, man. Come with me for 1 month. I will give you food and I will give you a piece of dirt that you can sleep, but I will don't pay you, and you will work hard with me. They did it. So I learned if I make them work for free, can you imagine what I can do here that we can pay people and I have authority to pay more if they earn it, you know?
Right.
So just use the people as the best that you can.
Yeah. So I just your story and that's what I'm finding very interesting, and I want to get to the question of what you're doing right now and what it is. So you started working Trico, and then in order to upgrade, you went to school. While working during the day, evenings you're going to school.
In the night, yeah.
And you were still doing labor at that time, or you had upgraded a little bit?
I was still doing labor.
Okay. So when did the upgrade happen? Did you go labor from directly to site superintendent, or there was some stages in between?
I was labor and then site assistant.
Site assistant.
And then 2 years ago, I became site superintendent.
Okay. And site superintendent, what do you do as a site superintendent? So just so for our audience, like what are the kind of duties of site superintendent involved?
I'm in charge to check the schedule the project manager give me. So the project manager put the schedule together. Sometimes we do it together based on his experience, and then based on me on the field.
Right.
We need to give them more time to these guys because I was doing it. I know that we need more. The people that we have can be slow, whatever.
And you know their ability and their skill level and the site itself, the conditions of the site.
Yeah. So what we do is project manager and site superintendent, we put the schedule together, and then I need to apply, ensure that this is happening. And then when it's not happening, I need to figure out why it's not happening and fix the problem.
Okay. So your main thing is actually what it sounds like in a summary. It's sticking to the schedule, preparing a schedule, and then sticking to the goals.
Yeah.
Right. Do you guys have in-house labor? Is it all subtraded?
We subtrade.
Everything. So basically, it's the schedule of your subtrades.
Yes, but also we build teams. So for me, I built teams of laborers because I was trying different groups of laborers.
Okay.
And I found out that they don't want to work. So we
This is in-house labor?
No.
Subtrade.
Subtrades, yeah.
Subtrade.
Oh, okay.
So what we did, we create our own group of laborers.
Of subtrade. So you have groups of subtrades.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
Like electrician and a plumber and framers are maybe of one kind and one trade.
They have they have contracts separate.
Okay.
But we create one group of laborers. They are multitask. So we created for the last 3 years. For the last 5 years, we just filter the best, and then we just bring them. We teach them more. I was working with them through the winter how to do heating and holding, and then they master it. So now I can spend more time in my office doing management.
Wow! So you're trading people that are not even your employees.
Yeah.
Basically, they're subtraded. You're training someone else's employees how to do their job better, just so you can have better results. That's amazing.
It's a win-win for everyone, for that companies and for us as Trico.
Yeah.
To build faster and good, and we know what we have. We know that these guys will do whatever it takes.
Right.
To get start 3 a.m. They don't care. Let's work 16 hours one day, just one day per year if it's necessary. They don't care. Guys, I need that you guys stay 5 hours extra with me. They are happy to stay.
Right.
We build them, we respect them, and now we are like family.
Yeah.
We protect the interests of each other.
Yeah.
But the main interest is Trico because that is
100%.
feeding everyone below, the subtrades.
Right. And these subtrades, do they work for other companies as well? I'm sure
they have
do.
different contract with different companies.
Yeah.
So I just try to.
So you're basically training them to do even better job at other companies.
Yes.
So you would bring a group together and then teach them?
Yeah.
While they work?
Yes.
like a classroom session, or is it
No,
like on the field?
Training on site,
On the field, yeah.
how to be
Okay.
quick, how to find faster routes, how to not waste time, how to ask for help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
is that in a group or is that one-to-one?
Sometimes in groups, but it's
Okay.
more one-on-one. And we just take the leaders, you know. We just teach them.
Okay,
The leaders
and
of
then
their
they
group.
will take other 2 or 3.
Yeah.
But my main motivation for them is, do you want to make more money? What we are doing this? Because the money?
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Okay. Do you want to make more money with me? Yes.
Do it fast.
Follow me, but you will follow me and you will learn. And they're happy, man. Because
So
they're
how
working.
are they making more money?
Because as my boss told me, if you prove yourself, we'll pay you more.
Mm.
And it's the same. You prove me that you can do more, that you can do it faster, that you can be more efficient. They don't need to be ask me for more, because I like to do what my boss did for me.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty fair boss.
Yeah.
And Trico's pretty fair with the employees. So I like to be the same with whoever is below me, that they are happy all the time. And when they are not happy, I say, what will make you happy right now?
Yeah.
They go and buy you Wendy's or whatever, and sometimes they say yes. I go and buy Wendy's for them, and then we make them work like crazy. And I stay with them, not just, I don't send them, you know.
Yeah. Not
I
a
work-
leader who's
Here's
Wendy's
that you're
Yeah, no, I work with them.
yeah.
Tough, you know, like.
That's the way to be. Honestly, there is a leadership required in every role, because every single department, you know, they gotta have their own team, right? There are people, so you have the ability. You know, we're all a teacher and a student at the same time in life. We're always learning from someone, and then we have responsibility to teach it down. So, yeah, like you gotta have that leader ability, be able to work with them and lead them.
Yeah, and fix problems in the
Yeah.
moment. You know, you need to fix problems, and as you say, commercial is pretty aggressive. Commercial projects are for men,
Yeah,
and a lot of things can happen. One accident is fatal.
yeah.
You know, people
Oh,
can
yeah.
die like super easy, and
Building homes, falling from a second story, I don't think so. It's, you
it
know,
can be tough.
yeah.
But yeah,
Falling in a concrete parking lot that's 4 stories, I don't know, down, yeah, it could be really bad.
what you will do if something happens, you need to be ready for everything,
Yeah,
for the
Yeah.
worst situations.
yeah. You got cranes and all sort of different things, heavy equipment on site. It's definitely so. You're on the commercial side, and what Trico usually builds is that, you know, that multifamily, yeah, you know, commercial
Single homes, yeah.
and then apartments. You mentioned, you know, you've been on a couple of projects, and that's what is your size of apartment building usually? Like, how many units are you guys building?
Right now, 165.
165 units is being built right now.
Yeah, the last one in
4
Kingsland,
stories,
This is 6.
6 stories. Okay,
Concrete, yeah. And
nice.
it's still frame.
Yeah, and then you got a parkade, couple levels,
One.
1 level of parkade.
This one in Chernasy, yes, it's just
Yeah.
one. In Kingsland was 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, how long does it take to build a building like that?
10 month to 12 month.
Really? So in a year time.
Well, that 5 towers in Kingsland, we
Yeah.
built them in 3 years.
And what do you mean by 5 towers?
It's 5 buildings.
So there's
6
5
and
buildings?
7 and 8 floors each.
Oh, wow. How many units were those?
One was like 72, the other one was 112, the other one was 150, and the last one was 265.
So total 800?
Yeah, but
So-
the process is pretty.
You do
mastered
it
the
in
process.
phases,
Yeah.
right?
phase.
1 building at a time?
No. 2 building at a time, or
2
3
building at a
or
time.
4
Well,
or
like
5.
all the stuff is happening at
Yeah.
every single, but one goes first and the second and third, and like the way
No,
you finish it, right?
We build one, and as we are finishing the roof of one, we are starting the excavation for the next one. Is already done. So the same concrete team move to build.
Okay,
the
so you
foundation.
excavate one, that excavation team moves to the building 2, start excavating that while you get the concrete on
Yeah.
the number 1. While the number 2 is
Mm.
getting concrete, number
No.
3 is being excavated, so
Yeah.
it's just in a cycle. Right
And-
on.
And
okay.
maybe bring another team of concrete guys to start.
And how
foundation.
long was that?
That was 3 years.
That was 3 years.
That
so-
5 towers was 3 years.
Wow. Okay.
The
and
process was like super fast and efficient.
sounds like, and these are
Yeah.
all wood frame buildings?
No, steel frame and concrete. All
So-
of them.
All of them, including
them.
Shaughnessy?
Yes.
Oh wow. Okay, 6 stories.
No wood framing at all. Not for the commercial division for Trico.
Why is that?
Uh,
Because you could like the code allows to do up goes up to 6 stories with the wood frame.
our project manager was all about concrete and steel frame, and he is the guy that put the projects together.
Mm.
So he have a really good methodology to do it fast and a good price. So the
Oh.
price too also was pretty competitive,
Hmm.
and to avoid any accident or fires, something like that, from his experience of 40, 50 years building,
Okay.
he's against.
Well,
that
it's definitely a better building, and it's gonna last longer,
big time.
and it's gonna have
Yeah,
lesser
stronger.
issues. I'm involved in few apartment buildings, and they're hell. After 30, 40 years, they're hell. Everything just starts leaking.
Yeah,
And it's not only like, plumbing, like we have roof changed 2 times and it's wood roof at the end of the day. We strip it down all the way to the sheathing and then redid the sheathing and we're still having issues
Fighting.
5 years down the road. Hail and all that crap. So, I mean, that's just one example. Like concrete building, and then you have tenants in there and they're always complaining and fight with each other because the guy
sound.
upstairs dancing on Friday night. So it's just so much. Like concrete buildings are so much better. The cost is a huge difference, though. So you must have a mathematician or magician at the company there that he's trying to breaking it concrete very close to the wood frame.
yeah.
That's amazing. That is amazing.
Yeah.
Concrete is a whole lot of more work, and there's so much rebar. There's so much components that goes.
It's pretty
into.
complex. This
And-
kind of construction that we are doing is super complex.
So 6 stories, 160 units, concrete building completed in a year time.
Yeah.
Good job.
But the best one was Kingsland because that 5 towers went like fast. So that was less than 1 year per tower.
Yeah.
So it was a good profit there, I will say.
Nice. Good stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So now what's next? So this is what your journey, your learning, your life. What's next?
Now I want to be the project manager.
Okay.
So that's what I'm aiming. I want to take that position.
Right on.
Of course, I need more experience and more mentorship from my mentors. But I will be there. I
Okay.
will be there.
Okay. And
That's awesome.
And are you looking? Is there more schooling, more education?
Yeah, now I want to have my MP.
PMP?
PMP. Yeah.
That's what I want to do. As soon this project is done in 3 weeks,
Yeah.
now I want to get in school
You
again,
apply.
and now it's going to go for that.
Good job. That's amazing.
Yeah, because this project management and achievement we say is pretty good. Give me enough to be where I am, but now I want to go for more
Right.
Mm.
and bigger projects than
A
this.
bigger project than
Yeah,
this.
yeah,
Nice. And Trico is growing. It's a growing company, and
Big time.
yeah. So they were just residential and commercial. So I see them doing that a lot. So good on that. Any message for young people in construction, and especially people that you may encounter on your job sites and that are in construction?
Yes, I would say the people need to make a plan of what they want, because it's what I see. I saw 300 guys just quitting or getting fired because they show up with big dreams, but they don't have a plan. So if you make a plan of what you want exactly, you can move forward. But a lot of people just are dreamers without plans
Yeah.
and without discipline.
Yeah.
So I will say, make your plan, have discipline, and find the right people to mentor you. And that is the mentorship that will take you also even for more. They can
Right.
do it alone, maybe, but if you have good mentors around, the process will be faster
Yeah.
and the learning will be bigger.
How can you? Okay, so I got a follow-up question. Actually, I have 2 questions, so I'll ask this one first. How can you find a mentor? How to find a mentor?
I would say one of the things that you need to get, I get it in Mexico because Mexico was pretty tough. So all the time I was looking around, just trying to don't get robbed or killed. So you need to be aware of your surroundings and know who is in charge, who is the boss, who is the guy leading, how he's treating people. he had the respect of the people. He's a man of integrity, and just look his history, because he can say whatever he wants, but the fruit of his lives speak more.
The results.
Yeah, the results, and that's what I see in people. How this guy is treat his family, how this guy is he managed money for the project. Which buildings he built, like how much money he's making, why, how, when that start, and this is what I see, because I want more, and so I try to go for the people that have success. I don't want to go and ask people that have no experience, they have no idea what they are
Don't
talking about.
ask on a rent that should you buy a house or not.
It's a phrase from Napoleon Hill, say OQP. Do you know what's that?
No.
You need to have people, there's OQP, and this is only quality people around you. That is success. That's the result of success.
Yeah. It's, be dumb. Just be stupid. I mean, stupid makes you want to learn.
Yeah.
Right? And so even, you're building towers, be like, yeah, I know this, but I wonder how this is done. Like, how about 15-story? I don't know. What do you do on that? And then
when one of my mentors also, he's a engineer, and one day he talked to me and said, "Don't get offended, but I will tell you something." I said, "Yes, sir. With your ignorance and my wisdom, we'll build like great things." And I was like, "Are you calling me ignorant?" He said, "Absolutely, yes." He said, "Because you don't know many things, but you don't mind to try and try. Even if you fail, you keep trying, and then you come to me and say, 'Hey, how can I do it better?'" Say, you have that, because you don't have the knowledge, you don't have the fear to keep trying new things.
Right.
And he told me, "You please never change, even when you know.
Yeah.
Play the ignorant."
Yeah. Yeah.
And I will say that. And the other thing that I will say is the build character.
Yeah.
And integrity.
Yeah.
And that's what I see of the people that I really respect around the globe. Canada, U.S., Mexico, because it's where I was. People with integrity and character as the people that have more success in life.
100%.
A real success, something that really has impact.
Real success. Okay, and then my other question was that for young people, so find a mentor by finding successful people, right, and follow them. Actually, I have a way that I kind of preach, is that how to find a mentor. And I would say unlimited success in life. If you're young, you want to do something in life, but you don't know, and you're inspired by someone nearby you in your city, go approach them and say, "Sir, I'm really inspired by you. I really love what you're doing, and I want to be part of it. Can I come work for you for free for 3 months? I'll work for free. You don't have to pay me. If I'm good enough, keep me around, offer me a nice salary. If I'm not, no problem, and we'll go our separate ways." And then if you've done that, and because that's where it comes in that we were discussing earlier, that these successful people, because they have gone through the same life path, they have a lot of respect for people like that. So if you show them a character, they'll appreciate your character. They'll give you more than what you ask for. Yeah. They'll give you not only experience, but the education and the payment for it, right? And sending you school and doing other things that you have never expected that someone will do that for you, only because you had the guts, you had the force to the push behind you to really go for it without thinking, whether it's profitable and how much work is involved. Yeah. So good on that. So the question around finding a mentor, great. People that are young people and want to be in construction. And construction industry, it's hard. There's challenges like we're discussing right now. Even you have the passion for it. If you don't know it, you don't know the language, you don't know the people, it's hard to get in. It's hard to make your name. What can they do? What would you advise them?
Well, let's say I have one guy, his name is Alex, and he started with me 3 years ago. He have no idea about construction at all. Yeah. But his character, man, is the best. He show up every morning before everyone else.
Show up.
and he's willing to do whatever I ask all the time. He had with the best attitude. He never give me complaining or he's not crying about it. He's a young guy from Halifax, and so far the best that I ever saw here in Calgary, working in construction.
Mm-hmm.
Because every year he came to me and said, "Why you're teaching me this year?" He just came and worked 3 or 4 months for me because he's in college.
Yeah.
And can you teach me how to operate the forklift? I will teach you. I don't have money to pay the ticket, but he's hungry and he's willing. Bro, I will pay you with my own money.
Yeah.
I will call, I will make the appointment, and we give him the tickets. And other guys, can you please learn? No, I don't want. Why I will do that? So be willing to do whatever with the best attitude. Be open to try and show up. Just show up.
Half the numbers, 50% pass on show up.
Maybe
If you don't know anything, you don't have to know anything.
Yeah.
Just show up. You got 50%. You're pass.
You're
Now the
right.
rest of the 50 is actually learning. Now you showed up. You're done half the job, and it's a lot easier now. Just learn,
You're right.
and then you get 50% marks.
That's
And-
the truth.
Yeah, and then you get 100%. Show up. Honestly, guys, I know we're actually going to head into this little bit of economic depression too. Right now, everybody's happy and we got the jobs and good things are happening, but we will have, it's coming and it happens. You know, we're going to have that downturn. All those people making that fluffy money is going to be gone. And you would really have to work hard and you got to figure this out. I actually asked someone wise, I'm like, what do you do in a place like that, in an economy like that? And the answer is just make more money. Like if you're getting 80,000 before and times are hard and things are expensive, try to find another 40K somewhere.
Yeah.
And make 120 rather than complaining, saying things are so hard and I can't live and it's so hard, blah, blah, blah. Get another skill, get another talent, put more hours, learn something meaningful that will pay you more because this is never going to stop.
Yeah.
You know, we're this up and down, you know, market and real estate and economy is never going to stop. So you may as well harbor more skills in your lap and then have that force with you forever rather than just chasing for the next thing to give you a time. Give you a little bit push for the time being. Okay, very interesting. Anything you want to share?
Let me add you some just in this start is a lot of people just spend a lot of time thinking what they don't have.
Yeah.
And it's something that I talk to my wife all the time because I was like, I want to buy this house. We don't have the money. And I was like, tell me something that I don't know.
Yeah.
Are you a millionaire? No. I know.
Yeah.
So because you're my wife, say, I know what I don't have, but they think so much and what they don't have, they stop thinking how they can get it.
Yeah.
And for me, when I was like, since I was a kid, all the time something changed in my brain because I saw the people in the city have the money. And I was thinking, I don't think these guys are just thinking and crying. I don't have this, I don't have that, I don't have opportunities. These guys are thinking how get it, and they just get it.
Yeah.
And that made me go for what I want when I want it and make my plan.
Yeah. Honestly, everything is right in front of us. It's like right there. You can't even complain anymore.
Yeah.
You got even chat GPT now. Like what else? Honestly, you have no complaints. You shouldn't have anything like, oh, I can't do it. It's just a matter of getting up and doing it.
Yeah.
Right? And a lot of people, it's just very hard for them to make that choice. Or some people, they get passionate, the New Year's resolution type of moment they get, and they're excited about it 1 week, and then they're gone the next week.
Yeah.
It's too hard. I can't keep it up with it. It's not what I thought. And you don't get success. Like success universe will curse you, will not give you the success because they don't need the weak people like that. The universe is not looking like a plant really can grow, just based on its thinking and dreaming. If it really needs it gotta have the juice in order to grow. You can't. It just doesn't happen just because of motivation and listening to motivational videos.
Yeah,
you got to put the real work into it. And that's what a lot of people lack. So I really hope, because I really care about construction. I really love construction, and I know how important construction is for community. We want to build communities. That's our goal. And, and do so much more than that. And we need more people, new talent. actually accepting this and becoming, and construction is one of the hardest business that you could have as a businest, and is one of the hardest industry you could have working in as an employee or as a leader or as a manager. It's not easy. You're dealing with men, and they have a lot of testosterone, and then they're really angry,
Yeah.
and and they like to drink too on top of that, so just to make things even more harder. But they are really hardworking people. I have actually a lot of respect for construction people. I have unlimited respect for these people because they really work hard. Like, even the baddest guy, the worst guy on site, I still have a lot of respect because he's putting that physical effort behind something.
Yeah.
He's letting go of something of his body every day to build something for someone,
Yeah.
right? And I hate to be when some of these places we build, if they go to waste, if they're not consumed properly, if they're not, like you guys build homes, so you're very lucky because the feeling of building a house and people, a family living in it, there's no better joy than that. I'm in real estate. I've done real estate, and half the reason I did it because whenever we did find this place and the dream home, and I handed over the keys, the smile that I would see, the comfort that I would feel, it's such a best payment. Like, I could not have asked a better payment than that.
Yeah.
Because somebody found a home, and now the kids and the family is going to live, and they're going to grow together, and it's such an amazing thing. So I really have this pray for construction and we want to do something about that down the road as Pircon. We want to do our part, is that training, teaching, bringing more young talent into the construction industry. Like, pulling them away from some silly YouTube. Sure, you can do that at part-time, and some other silly stuff they're looking into, then actually get into the real work. Because it's not only like, hey, you make money, and it's the need of the society. It's like having doctors. It's like a country stop producing doctors. That country will be in trouble at some time if they don't have enough doctors, right? So it's like medical help. If we don't have these people, we're going to have less and less buildings. Construction is going to get harder. It's going to get more expensive. Land development is going to get more expensive. Building homes is going to get more expensive because we don't have right supply, enough people working in it. And our problem of less homes and affordable homes are going to get even bigger.
Yeah.
And we need the population for it, and we need the young talent for it. So tell me about I want to end it with that. Very important thing, and that I kept it for the last, is your organization. Tell me about that, and what are you doing, and how did you start it, and why did you start that?
So this is a crazy story. I work for humanitarian work for the last 18 years. And last year, I was barbecuing some steak with my brother-in-law, my wife. And I told my brother, hey, man, when I was in Mexico helping people there, all the time I call you, say, hey, man, I want to go and build houses for the people who don't have houses. Can you give me $3,000? I need to buy tools. And he was like, sure thing. And he sent me $5,000. Hey, bro, somebody give me a truck. I will start a food distribution bank. Like, I need $3,000. I will send you 10. And he was my main sponsor when I was in Mexico. He was putting his own money that I can keep helping people in Mexico. So I told him last year, say, hey, Josh, bro, people is calling me, asking me for help. And I know that I can help, but I was trying to survive for the last 3 years. I'm settled now. I will start a foundation. And say, why? I said, because people need help. How you will do it? I don't know, bro. But based on my experience, I know that I can do it. Do you have the money? I said, no, bro, but I'm asking you, you want to go 50-50 with me? And he was like, to help people? Yeah. And we're planning to do business together. And said, let's start businesses together, put 50% of the money on the foundation. How you call the foundation? So we're talking about ideas, and I was, why not? International, because we're helping people in Mexico, Guatemala, and now in U.S. too, here in Canada now. He said, deal. So we start this foundation, but it's just my brother-in-law, he's not working. My wife don't work, so I'm the only one. But I'm superintendent, so I'm not making that much money, I'm not rich. But we choose to start with a little bit. So people start call me, and somebody came and say, hey, can you help the refugees from Ukraine? I said, with what? Furniture. I said, why? Oh, because they're coming and they don't have nothing. They can rent the house, but they don't have nothing. And I remember when I was here, man, was tough because I don't have nothing.
Mm-hmm.
My brother-in-law paid for everything the first month.
Mm-hmm.
And then my boss, at that time the superintendent, Chad Sherman, he's a crazy cowboy. I was working for him. I was killing myself for him. So he went and asked all his friends in Ocatos, Cochrane, here in Calgary. He have a big trailer, fill it up with furniture from his friends. He took the furniture from the houses of his friends, bro, and bring that to my house. And when he showed up in my house, I said, Felipe, I bring you this. When we opened the door, bro, I cried because I don't have nothing. So I know how hard it is.
Yeah.
So I told these people, I will try. Let me ask. So that night I called one of my friends in Sacramento and I asked him, he said, bro, I will give you one container full of brand new furniture. But you need to pay the transportation from Sacramento to Calgary. Canada is pretty tough to deal with.
Yeah.
If you can figure it out, we're trying for the last 20 years. Good luck. But this container is yours. And then I started to talk to friends, bro. And he called me back and said, I want to introduce you with people in Seattle. This is the big bosses for this foundation. I flew to Seattle and I told them, I know that you guys give me one, but the reality is it's a lot of need in Calgary.
Mm.
I want to ask you for 11. And they were like, what? 11 containers full of brand new furniture.
Wow.
And they say, Felipe, you can pay for the transportation, figure it out, the custom stuff and everything. It's yours, but the government is helping you. I said, no. Business people in Calgary is helping you. I said, no. Who is helping you? Who's paying for this? And it was me and my brother. Felipe, come on. I said, you guys know me, I'm crazy. I will figure it out. So far, bro, 2 days ago, we received another container full of brand new furniture. Maybe 200K right there. Brand new with electrical bags, diapers, clothes, everything, toys, like 3,000 toys for the kids, for the refugees, Ukrainian refugees. That was the main idea, but now we're helping all kind of different kind of groups that came as refugees, vulnerable families, kids. We expand the help to Edmonton, to Winnipeg, with helping different programs. 3 weeks ago, my friends from Seattle called me and said, bro, somebody is offering me clothing from Puma. Do you want it? I said, actually, I want to help this soccer team in Calgary in the Northeast. Bro, and send me the details. That night, he sent me the details. Was like 32 pallets of brand new clothes from Puma. I have no idea who is the CEO of Puma. He released the donation for us. We are not a charity. We are not profit.
Wow.
So we can't give you tax deductible, nothing like that. So it's no interest from these big corporations giving us stuff to us to give to the poor for free, bro. Because we receive for free. One of my friends, she owns a transportation company. I don't know how she did, I don't know. But the taxes that we should pay are reduced to 1%. And I just pay here like pretty low to bring all these shipments from Seattle all the way to here, Toronto.
Wow.
So how? Bro, I don't know. I don't know how this happened. But what I can tell you is the thousands of people right now are receiving help.
In Calgary.
Calgary, Edmonton, Winnipeg.
Yeah. There's so many people
great.
that moved here, and because the skyrocketing prices, especially for rental and real estate, is just making living super hard. So how long ago did you start this? Why
Like
not?
10 months, 11 months ago.
Right on.
And we are growing fast. And now people is calling me to offer me more stuff that I was holding because I don't have a warehouse, I don't have trucks, I don't have stuff. It's just me, my wife, and my brother. But now we are growing. We are partnership with big foundations in Canada because they say, how you do it? I don't know, man. I just make the call and ask for stuff and people release it, you know?
Yeah.
But that is working for 20 years doing this. That's what you get. Build integrity, build trust, and the things will come to you, you know? When you ask, they will come to you. So, yeah, it's what we are doing now, helping not just the refugees. And we have agriculture. We just built a agricultural school in Guatemala with the Minister of Labor in Guatemala. And then the president of Guatemala show up. How that happened, I don't know, bro. But the guy showed up and he told me this. Hey, Felipe, can you help my people? I said, come on, you're the president of Guatemala. And you have the money and power in the army. Me,
Yeah.
I'm nothing. I'm just a builder in Calgary. And this guy don't work, my brother-in-law. He don't have a job right now. And they how you did it? I said, I don't know, bro. I just take the decision. I move forward. And then everything started to come. I'm not stupid. I plan stuff, you know,
Yeah.
and I start to knock doors. But we built this school that cost like $20,000-$30,000, and the truth is, why not? International Foundation just paid like $3,000,
Oh.
and now it's creating jobs in Guatemala, prepping people to go and come and work in Canada, and U.S. And the
Nice.
president was like, "Hey, bro, we'll give you $1 million," and I was like, "Really?" And he was like, "Yeah, but not money. Come here, put yourself right here, and your brother on the other side." And he gave us this award. And he told me, "We cancel for the other big guys, but I know that you need marketing. So this picture is your $1 million from my side. I'm a sponsor you."
Oh, wow.
And he did it, bro.
Wow.
So he gave us a big push in Guatemala. So
Nice.
He gave you $1 million.
no, he told me the picture that we are taking right now.
It's worth $1 million.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Just
Because
the marketing
basically-
value of it.
Yeah, basically he told me, "You are no one, but you guys are pushing so hard to help our people, they will give you a boom, you know,
Mm.
in marketing and publicity." You know, it's
Oh, the Guatemalan president.
yes.
Okay.
I have the picture in my house. There, I will send you a
Wow.
picture of that. Yeah, bro. How that
Wow,
happened?
that's amazing.
I don't know, bro.
Good things happen when you take an action,
Yeah.
right? When you get up, like you can do all the planning without execution is nothing, right? So
Yeah.
execution is so important, and then getting up and doing it so important. So good on you. I'm actually really proud of you, and this is what I would say, that I want to be able to help.
You will.
Yeah.
I have a plan for you already. You will, bro.
Okay, perfect.
For
We want to
sure.
we want to take our part. We have very big dreams of our own and plans, and we're working towards that slowly but surely, for sure. But we do help out, with this small, and we take on our own little actions, but nothing like what you're doing, and that's amazing because it's a huge time commitment and overall commitment. So you do all that with a busy life and family and your work schedule. You take care of that. Good on you. It's something to be proud of. So amazing. And let us know what ideas you have and
I
how
will.
Pircon can do its part. But we would definitely want to support someone like you who's doing, and making the effort towards the right movement.
Yeah, man.
100%. Appreciate it. Any last word, Felipe?
No, I'm just so thankful that you guys invite me, and I'm excited to see the video later.
Yeah.
But I'm really, really thankful, man.
Yeah, I would say, I would like to actually set up another podcast because there's so much that we want to discuss about construction. Hopefully for our viewers, we covered some areas about construction and about growth and entrepreneurship and how people can get out of their existing space and be something, especially when it comes to construction, related to construction. And
For sure.
And hopefully there was a lot of learning lessons for you guys. And I would really extend my warm, wishes and my hope for your organization and Felipe and what you're doing
Thank you, man.
with all the things you're doing. So I wish you best of luck, and I wish years down the road I want to see it as a big organization and doing and helping a lot of other people that you currently are. So
You will see it.
yeah,
You will be
awesome.
part of that. You will be part of that.
Sure.
For sure.
I'm saying it because I'm creating that manifestation, and I'm also putting this responsibility, a bigger one, on your shoulder that, hey, down the years, I want to see you and I want to hear more. So
Yeah.
this is what I want to hear more, how you're helping more people, more families, even in more countries. It's very inspiring.
Absolutely. Thank
For
you.
sure, yes. As we wrap up the podcast, Felipe, it was very insightful. I gained so much as I grow. As I'm improving my own experience, as I learn, I see a lot of myself in you as you told your story. I'm not where I want to be yet, but I am working my way up to become a stronger project manager, someone as a construction professional. So I took a lot of lessons today. Especially respect for people. I truly believe that's really important. And I come from a different time. I'm not as older as you guys, but our generation can be known as, someone who are not willing to work, and there's a lot of different comments about us, but I'm going to be the model for them, and I will show that it's possible for us young men to grow and to become successful through hard work, as those who have paved the path before me, just like you gentlemen, and your mentorship has helped us. And I know a lot of young men listen to our podcast, a lot of young guys my age, they do tune in. So I trust this is truly beneficial for all of you listening, that you have learned some interesting lessons, such as having discipline and getting to work and keeping your mouth shut, because these are all the things that I need to take in as well, and advice for myself. So yes, thank you again. And if there is anything I can do to help your foundation, I'm happy to help. I would be honored to help and assist. I truly believe a lot of people out there need the support, and there's a lot of strong bodies to go out and move things and make things happen for you. So I'm happy to help.
Yeah. Thanks everyone for watching. If you have any questions or comments, do let us know, and do hit the like button and subscribe our channel, and keep watching for more exciting stuff with Pircon and Adeel Pirzada podcast.
Yes, thank you for tuning in, everyone. This is episode 46 of the Adeel Pirzada podcast. We will see you next week.
Bye-bye.